$2.5 million allocated for government aircraft. New tonight on Our News Live at 7. Amid heavy criticism of increased travel, the budget reveals a new purchase for domestic flights. The opposition demands clarity, but answers remain elusive. But first, a convicted human trafficker wanted by police. Authorities issue a wanted poster for 34-year-old Apollonia McLean. Plus, tourists busted. A Vietnamese national is fined for attempting to smuggle more than 24 hermit crabs. Then in our news at 7:30, a tragic nighttime swim. Investigators say a 13-year-old reportedly drowns in Delaport Point pool as efforts to save the unresponsive teen failed. Our News Live at 7 starts right now. Welcome to Our News Live at 7. Thanks for joining us tonight. I'm Candino Knowles. Amid heavy criticism over increased government travel, a new aircraft will be purchased for domestic trips, as revealed during the wrap-up of the budget debate. However, when opposition members sought clarification, government officials were unable to provide answers. Bethany McDermott has the full story in about 2 minutes. But first, a woman convicted of is now back on the radar of investigators after allegedly continuing to engage in the practice. This wanted poster for 34-year-old Apollonia McLean was issued today by the Criminal Investigation Department. She's described as having a light brown complexion with a slim build. Her last known address is Sandilands Village Road. Back in 2014, McLean became the country's second convicted human trafficker and was sentenced to 3 years and 8 months in prison. During sentencing, then Chief Magistrate Joy Ann Ferguson Pratt said she believed the Jamaican national was capable of reform and that she hoped the experience served as a wake-up call. Meanwhile, police are looking for a man they say sexually assaulted a 24-year-old woman in southwestern New Providence on Monday. Few details have been released about the crime, but here's what we know. Police say the woman was at work around 9 a.m. when she was assaulted by a man she knows. And a Vietnamese woman who was busted trying to smuggle 27 hermit crabs out of the country has been fined $300. Mimi No, was arrested at Lyndon Pinning International Airport on Monday as she attempted to board a flight to San Jose, California. No pleaded guilty to attempting to export a wild animal without a license at her arraignment before Algernon Allen Jr. The 59-year-old told the magistrate she collected the crustaceans while swimming on the beach and said she didn't know her actions were illegal. And now to that purchase of a new aircraft by government for domestic travel. This amid criticism over increased government travel. The revelation coming out of the wrap-up session of the budget debate. As Bethany McDermott tells us, as opposition members sought clarity on the incident, no government member present had answers.
Minister of State in the Office of the Prime Minister, Leon Lundy, revealing the government's intention to spend up to $2.5 million on an aircraft to transport government personnel to the Family Islands. The figure has been allocated in the 2024-2025 budget. Lundy was responding to a question from opposition leader Michael Pintard.
Sorry, Minister, which ministry will be managing that process and will be responsible for the regular maintenance of the airline and allocation of funds to manage that process?
Yeah. We'll get all of that information to you in short order when we present all the details.
The Ministry of Finance's capital expenditure head notes $2.5 million was allocated for the acquisition of an aircraft. Lundy's answer prompted this response from East Grand Bahama Member of Parliament Kwesi Thompson.
Just to be clear, the government is purchasing an aircraft to travel to the Family Islands. So this is not purchasing an aircraft for Bahamas Air.
Stated earlier to the member from Marco City, all the information will follow in short order, and I'll clarify all the questions that you have regarding this purchase. But that's what specifically that $2.5 million will be allocated for.
This latest revelation comes days after National Security Minister Wayne Munroe defended the government's travel, saying the Prime Minister's frequent trips are bearing fruits. The government was heavily criticized for its frequent trips and the size of the delegation traveling. But this latest purchase for domestic travel prompted multiple questions from opposition Deputy Leader Shannon Don Cartwright, like, do we know the size of the aircraft and what type of aircraft is it?
Right? A whole plane for $2.5 million. but there's no detail that can be provided today, right now, on what 2.5 million will get the Bahamian people.
However, it seems government was unable to provide details about the acquisition. However, Lundy sought to clarify this point.
Not government officials, because he wants to say that the government is flying a plane that fly up and down. I said personnel. We have a lot of personnel from immigration, from Ministry of Works, a lot of uniform services that travel throughout the Family Islands. And you yourself said travel budget is a lot.
Reporting for Our News, I'm Berthany McDermott.
All right, thanks a lot for that, Berthany. Well, it's time now for your first look at temperatures. Meteorologist Greg Thompson is standing by in the Weather Center. Greg?
Yeah, thanks, and welcome back, everybody, for a quick check on conditions around the islands. It is warm outside. Temperatures in the mid-80s, 86 degrees. A few clouds and breezy, so those breezes are taking a little bit of a bite off of that temperature. East-southeast winds, 50 miles per hour. Feels like temperature is in the low 90s. Temperatures around the islands right now, it's 83 in Freeport, 82 in Marsh Harbour, Abaco. Alice Bimini, 84, pick up 85s in Nichols, San Andros, and in Great Harbour Key. Over in Governor's Harbour, you guys are 83. Central Bahamas, 84. Kemps Bay, Georgetown, Deadman's Key, 83 in Arthurstown, Cat Island, Coburn Towns in Salvador. You guys are still warm, 87 degrees. 84 in Duncantown, Ragged Island, Colonel Hill, Cricket Island, Delectable Bay, my favorite spot down there, 83 degrees, as well as in Abrahams Bay. Matthew Down in Nago, 82. Turks and Caicos Islands, you guys are currently 85 at this hour. Satellite radar composite. The Bahamas is stuck between two systems. Tropical disturbance just to the east of us, and also we have potential tropical cyclone number 1, which is still out there in the far western Gulf of Mexico. So we are under the ridge of high pressure. We have a stiff easterly breeze, and that's bringing a couple of isolated showers across the area. We will continue to enjoy these conditions over the next couple of days. But the system out there is expected to track towards the west-northwest and should approach the northwest Bahamas, but eventually moving north of us by the weekend. That's your first look at weather. Stick with us to look at your extended forecast is still to come.
Thanks, Greg. And still to come on Our News, the Social Services Minister allocates a $20,000 grant to FOAM, supporting families of murdered victims. The director expresses gratitude for the vital funding boost. And we'll tell you the Youth Explosion plan for Saturday, as June is celebrated as Disability Empowerment Month in the Bahamas. The story when Our News returns.
I feel like fathers are so important in all kids' lives. My dad, he was my inspiration growing up. He taught us that hard work and grit. And, it was a little tricky being coach and athlete, but I loved every bit of it. I don't think that I would have had the success that I have today if it wasn't for my dad being involved. Happy Father's Day to all the fathers around the world. Thank you for all that you do for us. We love you. Alive. Believe. Invest.
No travel, no problem. Summer is here. Whether you're fighting to stay cool or heating up the fun, Our News Weekend is your guide to the ultimate staycation. We're talking all of the hidden gems right in our backyard, from the hottest bars and lounges to the coolest excursions and events in town. So stay cool, stay local, and stay tuned. Tune in every Saturday to make sure your summer staycation is an unforgettable sensation. Only on Our News Weekend.
Embrace technology and the digital transformation for better business results. For small business owners, it's essential to understand how technology can affect operational efficiencies. Modern communication relies on technology, and your customer service depends on communication. With proper tools like our fixed and mobile services, we help you stay connected. For solutions that work, ask the experts. Call Cable Bahamas Business Solutions.
In what we do at Best Brew, it really doesn't end when the customer purchases our product. We offer specialty coffee, tea, spices, and brewing equipment. We do a lot of our orders via website. We actually have the mobile service and the phone service and the internet. So having business in a box really kind of brought everything together for us and helps us to be able to provide the customer services that we pride ourselves on.
Don't spend hours sending individual messages to your customers. Use SMS messaging instead. With Cable Bahamas Business Solutions SMS messaging, you can send personalized messages to hundreds or even thousands of recipients instantly. It's quick, effortless, and cost-effective. Plus, it ensures that your messages are delivered directly to your customers' cellular phones, guaranteeing higher engagement. Save time and boost.
The Family of All Murdered Victims organization receiving much needed help. Social Services Minister Miles LaRota revealed in his budget communication that $20,000 has been allocated for the nonprofit organization. FOAM has been active in the community for over a decade now, working with those left behind as a result of violence plaguing the community. FOAM Director Candy Gibson says the organization usually relies on donations. So she says FOAM is grateful for the grant, sharing that it will go a long way. She added the grant is a testament to what FOAM has done.
I was out here for 12 years and it felt like I was all alone, whatever came, then I make sure everybody around me straight, whether that means me not going home with anything, making sure staff get their stipends, the rent paid here, utility bills are paid here, just so persons could come here and feel safe and a place of comfort. I made sure I deny myself to make sure everybody else is straight, and now for the government actually to see that, hey, guess what? This organization, they're out here, they're working. Whatever little bit means they have, they're making sure persons are sorted out, making sure persons have a place to lay their head.
And Gibson says there's more work to be done and says help is always needed due to the daily demand put on the organization.
FOAM gives out more than whatever comes in here. And even when we thank God for the government assisting us, blessing us, and participating with us, at the end of the day, there's still more. We have overhead expense that has to be paid. We have pantry that needs grocery. The clothing, we're fine with the clothing, but grocery we always need. Persons, we have counselors who want to partnership with us. They come on board with us and partnership to provide counseling for the children. Pastors, feel free, feel free.
Young people with disabilities and their families invited to Disability Empowerment Month Youth Explosion this Saturday. June is being recognized as Disability Empowerment Month in the country, and Secretary for the local Alliance for the Blind and Visually Impaired is Whitney Adderley.
People can expect different. We have performances by one of the Gospel Boys Stacks. We also have Godson DJing and friends. We have different disability people, youths coming to talk about their story, how they overcome. We have different booths that you can go to where people will be selling different items such as craft items, food, and blind dominoes, and so much more out there that you can come out and expect and support the disability community.
Now, the event on the grounds of Collin Estates is expected to happen from 12 noon to 8 p.m. Adderley says young people with disabilities having a sense of community and safety to share experiences and resources is vital to their mental health.
Growing up, I was not visually impaired. I became visually impaired at the age of 18, and I did not know about BAVI. I did not know about disability organization. I didn't know that we have so many disability people around the Bahamas, and I used to stay inside, be afraid to not go anywhere, always wanted to be up underneath my cousins, them, just of being afraid to go places. But getting to know the different organizations, I realized that I can be independent in my circumstances. I travel the world blind and visually impaired, and it has been an amazing experience traveling by myself. So I just want the youth to know that anything that you put your mind to, you can do.
When our news comes back from the break, we turn our spotlight to stories making headlines across the world as U.S. President Joe Biden to give legal status to 500,000 undocumented spouses. Plus, we'll tell you the heat wave scorching the Midwest as New York activates the National Guard. And the Olympic torch relay passes through the Caribbean when our news returns.
I feel like fathers are so important in all kids' lives. My dad, he was my inspiration growing up. He taught us that hard work and grit. And, it was a little tricky being coach and athlete, but I loved every bit of it. I don't think that I would have had the success that I have today if it wasn't for my dad being involved. Happy Father's Day to all the fathers around the world. Thank you for all that you do for us. We love you. Alive. Believe. Invest.
No travel, no problem. Summer is here. Whether you're fighting to stay cool or heating up the fun, Our News Weekend is your guide to the ultimate staycation. We're talking all of the hidden gems right in our backyard, from the hottest bars and lounges to the coolest excursions and events in town. So stay cool, stay local, and stay tuned. Tune in every Saturday to make sure your summer staycation is an unforgettable sensation. Only on Our News Weekend.
Embrace technology and the digital transformation for better business results. For small business owners, it's essential to understand how technology can affect operational efficiencies. Modern communication relies on technology, and your customer service depends on communication. With proper tools like our fixed and mobile services, we help you stay connected. For solutions that work, ask the experts. Call Cable Bahamas Business Solutions.
In what we do at Best Brew, it really doesn't end when the customer purchases our product. We offer specialty coffee, tea, spices, and brewing equipment. We do a lot of our orders via website. We actually have the mobile service and the phone service and the internet. So having business in a box really kind of brought everything together for us and helps us to be able to provide the customer services that we pride ourselves on.
Don't spend hours sending individual messages to your customers. Use SMS messaging instead. With Cable Bahamas Business Solutions SMS messaging, you can send personalized messages to hundreds or even thousands of recipients instantly. It's quick, effortless, and cost-effective. Plus, it ensures that your messages are delivered directly to your customers' cellular phones, guaranteeing higher engagement. Save time and boost your outreach with SMS bulk messaging. Call Cable Bahamas Business Solutions at 601-8911 in Nassau or 602-8811 in the Family Islands.
Are you or
This is our news. Welcome back. We turn our attention now to stories making headlines across the world. United States President Joe Biden will announce a new policy to protect hundreds of thousands of undocumented spouses of U.S. citizens from deportation. The policy, affecting those in the country for at least 10 years, allows them to work legally. The announcement came ahead of an event on Tuesday marking the 12th anniversary of the Deferred Action for Childhood Arrivals, or DACA, which shielded over 530,000 migrants who came to the U.S. as children, known as Dreamers, from deportation. The White House estimates over 500,000 spouses will benefit. And on Tuesday, extreme heat alerts affected tens of millions in the U.S., with cities like Chicago breaking records during a week of intense weather. A dangerous heat wave started Monday, stretching from Iowa to Maine and expected to last until Friday. New York Governor Kathy Hochul activated the National Guard to assist with heat emergencies. Chicago hit a record 97 degrees Fahrenheit on Monday, with peak heat indexes near 100 degrees Fahrenheit this week. Officials opened cooling centers and urged people to limit outdoor activities. In Phoenix, 645 heat-related deaths occurred last year, with temperatures reaching 112 degrees Fahrenheit on Saturday. And the Olympic flame arrived in Martinique on Monday, the final day of its relay through French overseas territories. Beginning at Mount Pelée, the flame traveled across the country, reaching several coastal towns. The flame concluded its journey in Fort-de-France, lighting a cauldron before cheering crowds. The relay returned to mainland France today, heading to top tourist spots. The Paris Olympics, expected to run from July 26th to August 11th, followed by the Paralympics from August 28th to September 8th. Still to come in our news, today in history, find out interesting facts about the day that was June 18th. Then in our news at 7:30, they killed my dog and took a part of me. A family demands answers after pet shot during Kemp Road police operation. And no evidence. A Baltimore police shooting victim not confirmed as Bahamian as a viral video fuels controversy amid claims. When our news returns.
I feel like fathers are so important in all kids' lives. My dad, he was my inspiration growing up. He taught us that hard work and grit. And, it was a little tricky being coach and athlete, but I loved every bit of it. I don't think that I would have had the success that I have today if it wasn't for my dad being involved. Happy Father's Day to all the fathers around the world. Thank you for all that you do for us. We love you. Alive. Believe, invest.
No travel, no problem. Summer is here. Whether you're fighting to stay cool or heating up the fun, Our News Weekend is your guide to the ultimate staycation. We're talking all of the hidden gems right in our backyard, from the hottest bars and lounges to the coolest excursions and events in town. So stay cool, stay local, and stay tuned. Tune in every Saturday to make sure your summer staycation is an unforgettable sensation. Only on Our News Weekend.
Embrace technology and the digital transformation for better business results. For small business owners, it's essential to understand how technology can affect operational efficiencies. Modern communication relies on technology, and your customer service depends on communication. With proper tools like our fixed and mobile services, we help you stay connected. For solutions that work, ask the experts. Call Cable Bahamas Business Solutions.
In what we do at Best Brew, it really doesn't end when the customer purchases our product. We offer specialty coffee, tea, spices, and brewing equipment. We do a lot of our orders via website. We actually have the mobile service and the phone service and the internet. So having business in a box really kind of brought everything together for us and helps us to be able to provide the customer services that we pride ourselves on.
Don't spend hours sending individual messages to your customers. Use SMS messaging instead. With Cable Bahamas Business Solutions SMS messaging, you can send personalized messages to hundreds or even thousands of recipients instantly. It's quick, effortless, and cost-effective. Plus, it ensures that your messages are delivered directly to your customers' cellular phones, guaranteeing higher engagement. Save time and boost your outreach with SMS bulk messaging. Call Cable Bahamas Business Solutions at 601-8911 in Nassau or 602-8811 in the Family Islands.
Are you or a loved one under medical care? Do you need affordable medical supplies? Ports International is the largest home healthcare supplier. Medical supplies at the very best price. And you can even shop online. From hospital beds to wound care, wheelchairs to walkers.
Welcome back to our news. It's time now to turn our spotlight on events that shaped the day that was June 18th. Take a look. On this day in Bahamian history in 1966, Bahamian high jumper Troy Kemp was born in Nassau. He competed in Carifta Games, Central American and Caribbean Championships, Olympic Games, Commonwealth Games, and won gold at the 1995 World Championships in Gothenburg, Sweden. Then in 2012, a massive power outage at what was then called BEC crippled BTC, leaving hundreds of thousands without phone service.
This is another one of those experiences where I think that we have got a lot to learn. We are extremely apologetic for the impact that this has had on our business customers, in fact all of our customers, not just our business customers, and that we are going to learn very quickly from this exercise.
3 years later in 2015, Fort Charlotte MP Dr. Andre Rollins quit the Progressive Liberal Party after a fiery budget debate speech. He was the second MP to resign in days, following Marco City MP Greg Moss, who cited leadership issues.
I resign as a member of the Progressive Liberal Party, Mr. Speaker, because it is clear to me that there is no interest in having me be a part of the Progressive Liberal Party. And I would be a fool to come back in this place and say that I'm a member of the PLP after how I was treated in here tonight.
Thank you, Honourable Member.
So thank you to the people of Fort Charlotte for the privilege to serve.
Honourable Member.
And June 18, 2018, Ezra Hepburn, musician and lead singer and guitarist of Ezra and the Polka Dots, passed away at 74. He was known for hits like Stop the World and Let Me Off and Ghost Riders in the Sky. All right, to watch that story and that historical recap again for all of today's top stories, you can visit ournews.bs and, of course, Our News Bahamas on Facebook. It's going to do it for us in News at 7. Joining us now, Marlena Leonard with the latest headlines. Marlena?
Thanks, Ken. Well, we are following breaking news tonight as former Prime Minister Hubert Ingraham has undergone brain surgery. Plus, a family demands answers after their pet was shot during a Kemp Road police operation. Here are your latest headlines. Tonight on Our News, speaking out in an exclusive interview, a family's search for answers, claiming their dog was wrongfully shot by officers when they came to the wrong home during a police operation. And the Foreign Affairs Minister telling Our News there's no evidence the man killed in a U.S. police shooting in Baltimore was a Bahamian. Hear his advice for Bahamians living abroad facing U.S. law enforcement. Plus, people with disabilities learning vital job skills this week as part of Disability Empowerment Month. And later, all roads lead to Andros. Crab Fest returns for its 25th year, and we've got the details on why organizers say this year's event promises to be bigger and better.
Are you or a loved one under medical care? Do you need affordable medical supplies? Ports International is the largest home healthcare supplier. Medical supplies at the very best price, and you can even shop online. From hospital beds to wound care, wheelchairs to walkers, Ports is a one-stop shop for your medical supplies, and we accept insurance. We have online shopping and 2 locations to serve you, at the Airport Industrial Park and Shirley Street. We also ship to the Family Islands. Shop online and visit us on Facebook. Call Ports at 377-1771.
You've seen electric cars on the road, but isn't it time you drive one? Easy Car Sales invites you to experience the smooth, powerful ride and immerse yourself in the luxury and latest tech features. Find out why the Bahamas is going electric. Visit easy242.com and book your test drive now. What are you waiting for? Save money, drive smarter. There's an EV waiting for you at Easy Car Sales.
Bahamas Power and Light Company Limited looks forward to helping our customers eliminate wasted energy. Energy conservation is the decision and practice of using less energy. Energy efficiency means using less energy to perform the same task, unplugging appliances not in use. That's energy conservation. Replacing an old refrigerator, washing machine with a new model, adding insulation to the attic and walls of a home. That's energy efficiency. People conserve to gain more control over their energy bill and to reduce demand on the Earth's natural resources. Take this journey with us as we build for better. BPL.
At the gateway to the Americas, on the picturesque island of Grand Bahama, a pioneering initiative is taking shape. Lucaya Solar Power Limited presents the $15 million Lucaya Solar Power Project.
Welcome to Our News, and thanks for joining us. I'm Marlena Leonard. Well, we are following breaking news tonight as former Prime Minister Hubert Ingraham has undergone brain surgery after complaining of headaches. Physicians for the former leader telling reporters in a press briefing late this afternoon, Ingraham had a subacute ABD chronic subdural hematoma. Berthany McDermott was there and joins us live with the details. Berthany?
Marlena, the former Prime Minister was brought to Doctors Hospital yesterday afternoon by his family after complaining of headaches. His physician, Dr. Magnus Ekadidi, telling reporters that the former Prime Minister had a large clot at the surface of his brain that slightly pushed his brain. This situation giving surgeons no other option but to go in to remove it surgically. Now, his physician again telling us that the surgery took about 2 hours and assured us that that the former Prime Minister is doing well. Also on hand was his personal physician, former Health Minister and FNM Chairman Dr. Dwayne Sands. Dr. Sands telling us that this situation could have happened to anyone.
There have been a number of persons who have had chronic
subdurals or what we call hygromas even, that no one recognized existed until they became symptomatic. But once acknowledged to be an issue, he had no reluctance at all to get it dealt with. When I left him, we had a good laugh together, and I'm sure he's looking forward to briefing you himself in very short order.
Marlena, Dr. Magnus telling us that the former Prime Minister will be released tomorrow. As for his recovery time, they anticipate it will take about 2 weeks for him to recover. After that 2-week mark, he says the former Prime Minister can resume doing things like driving. After 3 weeks, he says he can do things like go to the beach. But of course, this is something we will continue to follow. But for now, coming to you live from Doctors Hospital, I'm Berthany McDermott, sending it back to you on the desk, Marlena.
Thanks, Berthany. Our Berthany McDermott reporting live from that press conference on Collins Avenue. Well, police say a nighttime swim with family ended with a 13-year-old boy drowning. It happened around 8:30 last night at a pool in Delaport Point, just off West Bay Street. While in the pool, police say the teen became unresponsive and was pulled from the water by family members. They gave him CPR until EMS arrived, but despite their efforts, he died at the scene. And a family is searching for answers after they claim their dog was wrongfully shot by officers during a police operation in Kemp Road. The viral video of the aftermath making the rounds on social media. Our Joshua Williams visited the home this morning and has the heart-wrenching story.
God knows it hurt me to my soul because the dog in his own place.
An emotional father and dog owner is distraught after he claims police gunned down his dog unnecessarily.
It's not something Kemp Road resident Sylvan Ferguson expected when he got home from work on Sunday. His 1-year-old dog named Milo lying in a pool of blood with gunshot wounds. This video making the rounds on social media. A man visibly upset with police officers after he made the discovery. 2 days later, he recounts his version of what happened.
But from what my daughter said to me, she was inside. The police came to the place. She didn't know it was the police. All she knows, she heard somebody on our back porch. When she opened the door, not knowing that the police on our back porch, my dog Milo ran outside behind her. The police didn't give her no chance to hold Milo, just subdue him or something.
The following images may be disturbing. Ferguson alleges officers then reached over the gate, opened it and shot the dog twice, once to the head and once in the neck. He took us upstairs where the incident allegedly happened.
They shoot him, they leave him right there, and all the blood, the gore. I had to pick him up, carry him, do away with him, clean up all that blood and gore myself. Like you could see, blood is still, the stain is still on the ground.
But Milo was not alone. Sylvan has another dog.
You can see that he realized and he knows what's going on. He's lonely. You see what I'm saying? Because them two, they always play together. They always have fun together. You could see, sometimes he be sitting to himself. I have to call him and stuff.
Ferguson claims police were on the hunt for a man wearing an ankle bracelet but had the wrong house. He's disappointed in the actions of the officers.
The police was not apologetic to me in no kind of way. From since the scene happened and all the combustion calmed down a bit, they haven't even been back to the house to try and say, well, look here, we realized what took place wasn't supposed to take place. We are sorry about it. It won't happen again. They were not apologetic to me in no kind of way.
As for what's next for the Ferguson family,
I plan to take every which action in my power to get justice out of this. Legal action, everything to get justice out of this. I'm not going to stop until I get justice.
We reach out to the police who say they're aware of the incident and are investigating. Reporting for Our News, I'm Joshua Williams.
A viral video showing a man being shot and killed by Baltimore, Maryland police has gone viral, with some claiming the man was a Bahamian. U.S. media broadcasting this footage of the altercation that took place last month. In it, Ferguson is seen pulling out a firearm, prompting officers to open fire. This incident has raised concerns amongst Bahamians. Foreign Affairs Minister Fred Mitchell telling Our News there is currently no evidence confirming Ferguson is a Bahamian.
We checked with the Consul General in Washington, D.C., and up to last evening, there's no record of a Bahamian being shot. The person who was in that video is said to be an African American. We pressed them a bit more to go behind what they said, and awaiting word if there's anything. The embassy is normally notified if a Bahamian citizen had been killed, but up to this point, we don't have any record of that.
And if you're a Bahamian living abroad and you find yourself having a run-in with U.S. law enforcement, Mitchell says you should contact the nearest Bahamian embassy or consulate office.
We have a series of consulates and honorary consuls in the U.S. So if you run into a problem, that's the first point of contact. There's one in New York, one in Washington, D.C., another in Miami, one in Houston, one in Denver, one in Chicago, and another in Los Angeles. And pretty much they cover the whole U.S.
Well, we've had a sunny day with some clouds here and there and a little bit of rainy weather outside of our studios this evening. Joining us now is meteorologist Greg Thompson in the Weather Center with your first look at weather. Greg?
Yeah, thanks, Marlene. We had a couple of passing showers, mostly sunny during the day though, and it was a little bit on the warm side, but temperatures are still warm this evening at 86 degrees outside the studios. Few clouds, but those breezes have picked up. East-southeast winds at 15 miles per hour, still making it feel like a warm and humid 92 degrees on the outside. Satellite and radar composite. This is how things will be shaping up across our area. We have a ridge of high pressure in place, and that's going to continue to dominate our weather. Mostly dry conditions, but with that easterly breeze, that's going to be bringing some Atlantic moisture across us. So we could see one or two spotty showers. But we're stuck between two systems, one out in the Atlantic just to the east of the Bahamas, and then we have potential tropical cyclone number 1, which is in the Gulf of Mexico. That will continue to keep tight pressure gradient across us. So we're looking at some breezy conditions over the next couple of days. That's a quick check on conditions around the islands. Stick with us to look at your extended forecast that's still to come.
No travel, no problem. Summer is here. Whether you're fighting to stay cool or heating up the fun, Our News Weekend is your guide to the ultimate staycation. We're talking all of the hidden gems right in our backyard, from the hottest bars and lounges to the coolest excursions and events in town. So stay cool, stay local, and stay tuned. Tune in every Saturday to make sure your summer staycation is an unforgettable sensation. Only on Our News Weekend.
Embrace technology and the digital transformation for better business results. For small business owners, it's essential to understand how technology can affect operational efficiencies. Modern communication relies on technology, and your customer service depends on communication. With proper tools like our fixed and mobile services, we help you stay connected. For solutions that work, ask the experts. Call Cable Bahamas Business Solutions.
In what we do at Best Brew, it really doesn't end when the customer purchases our product. We offer specialty coffee, tea, spices, and brewing equipment. We do a lot of our orders via website. We actually have the mobile service and the phone service and the internet. So having business in a box really kind of brought everything together for us and helps us to be able to provide the customer services that we pride ourselves on.
Don't spend hours sending individual messages to your customers. Use SMS messaging instead. With Cable Bahamas Business Solutions SMS messaging, you can send personalized messages to hundreds or even thousands of recipients instantly. It's quick, effortless, and cost-effective. Plus, it ensures that your messages are delivered directly to your customers' cellular phones, guaranteeing higher engagement. Save time and boost your outreach with SMS bulk messaging. Call Cable Bahamas Business Solutions at 601-8911 in Nassau or 602-8811 in the Family Islands.
Are you or a loved one under medical care? Do you need affordable medical supplies? Ports International is the largest home healthcare supplier. Medical supplies at the very best price, and you can even shop online. From hospitals.
The Central Bank of the Bahamas hosted a 50th anniversary memorial lecture. And according to Central Bank Governor John Roll, the goal is to discuss matters relatable to the Bahamian economy, along with what can propel the local economy forward. The memorial was a tribute to the central bank's first two governors, T.B. Donaldson and Sir William C. Allen.
It also speaks to a consequential track record of low average inflation, inherited, I stress that, inherited from the American experience, and stability and certainty for foreign capital that has continued to be invested and propel the Bahamian economy forward. As we mark this institutional achievement, it is fitting to celebrate all who have contributed to the work of the central bank over the last half-decade.
Well, people with disabilities have been having discussions about job and entrepreneurial skills in a seminar held this week, as June is being recognized as Disability Empowerment Month. We spoke to one of the organizers of the event, Kendrick Roll, who serves as both the Deputy Chairman of the National Commission for Persons with Disabilities and as Programs Coordinator for the Disability Affairs Division of the Department of Social Services. He tells us these skills covered in the seminar are vital.
Right now, we are well into our inaugural Disability Empowerment Month. It is being recognized in commemoration of the 10-year anniversary since the passage of the Equal Opportunities Act of 2014 for persons with disabilities, which speaks about equality and elimination of discrimination. And one of the highlights of Disability Empowerment Month is empowering our persons with disabilities in their employment skills as well as entrepreneurship ventures.
Roll says the seminar also covered opportunities for support and collaboration that the public may not have been aware of beforehand.
Over the past 2 days, we taught them about accessibility in the workplace. We also gave them an opportunity to understand what is available for them as far as grants and other opportunities if they wanted to venture in their own businesses, especially those who have talents that display their talents and their creativity. We want to show them how they can turn them into businesses. And also we wanted to show them how they can pool their resources and create a cooperative that would be beneficial to all persons involved, especially those with disabilities who would take the chance to be a part of it. And so this event here was really giving them their opportunity to shine and to really embrace what is available to them in the job market as well as the business market.
It's now time for tonight's Financial Market Minute, brought to you by RF, your local investment bank. This has been your Financial Market Minute. To explore the best performing mutual funds in the Bahamas, visit our website at www.rfgroup.com.
When Our News comes back from the break, got your flight booked to Fresh Creek? Andros is gearing up for the 25th annual All Andros Crab Fest, kicking off this Thursday. We'll tell you why this year is different.
Coming up in sports, lots of basketball. We got the senior men's national team training camp on the road in Houston and the junior men's training camp here at home.
The sunny days have continued so far in the capital, and Greg is back in the Weather Center soon for a look at weather across the country and into the week. Stay with us for more when Our News returns.
No travel, no problem. Summer is here, whether you're fighting to stay cool or heating up the fun. Our News Weekend is your guide to the ultimate staycation. We're talking all of the hidden gems right in our backyard, from the hottest bars and lounges to the coolest excursions and events in town. So stay cool, stay local, and stay tuned. Tune in every Saturday to make sure your summer staycation is an unforgettable sensation. Only on Our News Weekend.
Embrace technology and the digital transformation for better business results. For small business owners, it's essential to understand how technology can affect operational efficiencies. Modern communication relies on technology, and your customer service depends on communication. With proper tools like our fixed and mobile services, we help you stay connected. For solutions that work, ask the experts. Call Cable Bahamas Business Solutions.
In what we do at Best Brew, it really doesn't end when the customer purchases our product. We offer specialty coffee, tea, spices, and brewing equipment. We do a lot of our orders via website. We actually have the mobile service and the phone service and the internet. So having business in a box really kind of brought everything together for us and helps us to be able to provide the customer services that we pride ourselves on.
Don't spend hours sending individual messages to your customers. Use SMS messaging instead. With Cable Bahamas Business Solutions SMS messaging, you can send personalized messages to hundreds or even thousands of recipients instantly. It's quick, effortless, and cost-effective. Plus, it ensures that your messages are delivered directly to your customers' cellular phones, guaranteeing higher engagement. Save time and boost your outreach with SMS bulk messaging. Call Cable Bahamas Business Solutions at 601-8911 in Nassau or 602-8811 in the Family Islands.
Are you or a loved one under medical care? Do you need affordable medical supplies? Ports International is the largest home healthcare supplier. Medical supplies at the very best price, and you can even shop online. From hospital beds to wound care, wheelchairs to walkers, Ports is a one-stop shop for your medical supplies, and we accept insurance. We have online shopping and 2 locations to serve you, at the Airport Industrial Park and Shirley Street. We also ship to the Family Islands. Shop online and visit us on Facebook. Call Ports at 377-1771.
You've seen electric cars on the road, but isn't it time you drive one? Easy Car Sales invites you to experience the smooth, powerful ride.
This is Our News. Welcome back. The road to Paris begins in earnest for the men's national basketball team this week, and Jazz continues his hitting streak. Here now with Our Sports, presented by 10th Year Seniors, is Ronaldo Dorset. Ronaldo?
Thanks, Marlena, and welcome to Our Sports, presented by 10th Year Seniors. I'm Ronaldo Dorset. John Mark is on assignment. Let's do show. John Mark is in Houston listening to Chopped and Screwed music and doing some reporting in his downtime. Let's head to Texas to get an update on our senior men's national basketball team.
Thanks, Ronaldo. We're here in Houston where Team Bahamas just wrapped up their first practice of training camp. The top Bahamian players have come together over the course of the next 3 days to prepare for what everyone hopes is a run at the Paris Olympics. The group includes a cross-section of players ranging from NBA stars like Buddy Hield, DeAndre Ayton, and Eric Gordon to the national team veterans. The highly talented, soon-to-be college freshmen new to the national team program, BJ Edgecombe and Donnie Freeman. He's not eligible to play, but the news of Klay Thompson making an appearance at camp went viral yesterday. The future Hall of Famer has been working with Bahamas basketball for years behind the scenes, but took the floor for the first time as part of the program. Camp continues this week in Houston before the team travels for a series of pre-tournament friendlies in Greece.
Just to get the guys together, have fun, put in some concepts, compete a little bit, see, what works, what doesn't work, and the main thing is, like I said, just get everybody together under one roof. It's a blessing to come from such a small island and have this much talent.
We'll be bringing you updates every day this week with the senior men's national team's training camp in Houston.
The Bahamas Basketball Federation continues its talent search at the junior national team level. Head coach Jay Philippe hosted another edition of training camp over the weekend at the Kendall Isaac Gymnasium, featuring players from New Providence, Grand Bahama, and several based at high schools in the United States. Players went through drills, game situations, and scrimmages as the staff continues to contemplate the final roster construction.
It was an amazing 2 days of tryouts and practices here in New Providence. We were able to see about 20 young men who were trying out for the 16U, 17U national team. We've seen a lot of talent over the past 2 days. It's going to be a difficult decision to be able to make the final 12 cuts, but we saw offensively is just amazing.
Final cuts are expected this week to reduce the roster number to 15. Sebastian Walcott concluded his Hickory Crawdad series against the Aberdeen Ironbirds with the best offensive performance of his young career. The Texas Rangers prospect had a career-high 4 hits, an RBI, and scored a run in the Crawdads' 15-12 loss Sunday afternoon at Ripken Stadium. Walcott had multi-hit games in 3 of his last 4 appearances and hit 384 over the course of this 6-game series. After a slow start to his high A promotion, Walcott has been on an absolute tear in June, hitting 346 this month to bring his season average to 234 with a 726 OPS, 21 RBI, 8 stolen bases, and 5 home runs. Jazz Chisholm continues to make a bid for his second MLB All-Star appearance, but we are not voting enough. Chisholm went 2 for 2 with a triple, an RBI, a run scored, and 3 walks in Monday night's 7-6 loss Monday night to the St. Louis Cardinals. He drove in the Marlins' first run with a 2-out triple off Sonny Gray in the 6th and extended his hitting streak to 6 games. On the season, Chisholm is hitting .266 with 10 home runs, 35 RBI, and 13 stolen bases. Head to MLB.com right now and vote for Jazz up to 5 times a day from now through June 27. I voted 35 times last week. Anything less than that is just unpatriotic. That'll do it for our sports. This is 10YS. For John Mark Nutt in Houston, I'm Ronaldo Dorset. Back to the studio.
Still ahead on Our News tonight. Got your flight booked to Fresh Creek? Andros is gearing up for the 25th annual All Andros Crab Fest, kicking off this Thursday. We'll tell you why this year is different. And if you're heading to Crab Fest, what kind of weather can you expect? Greg is back in the Weather Center with your national and extended forecast. That's coming up when Our News returns.
No travel, no problem. Summer is here, whether you're fighting to stay cool or heating up the fun. Our News Weekend is your guide to the ultimate staycation. We're talking all of the hidden gems right in our backyard, from the hottest bars and lounges to the coolest excursions and events in town. So stay cool, stay local, and stay tuned. Tune in every Saturday to make sure your summer staycation is an unforgettable sensation. Only on Our News Weekend.
Embrace technology and the digital transformation for better business results. For small business owners, it's essential to understand how technology can affect operational efficiencies. Modern communication relies on technology, and your customer service depends on communication. With proper tools like our fixed and mobile services, we help you stay connected. For solutions that work, ask the experts. Call Cable Bahamas Business Solutions.
In what we do at Best Brew, it really doesn't end when the customer purchases our product. We offer specialty coffee, tea, spices, and brewing equipment. We do a lot of our orders via website. We actually have the mobile service and the phone service and the internet. So having business in a box really kind of brought everything together for us and helps us to be able to provide the customer services that we pride ourselves on.
Don't spend hours sending individual messages to your customers. Use SMS messaging instead. With Cable Bahamas Business Solutions SMS messaging, you can send personalized messages to hundreds or even thousands of recipients instantly. It's quick, effortless, and cost-effective. Plus, it ensures that your messages are delivered directly to your customers' cellular phones, guaranteeing higher engagement. Save time and boost your outreach with SMS bulk messaging. Call Cable Bahamas Business Solutions at 601-8911 in Nassau or 602-8811 in the Family Islands.
Are you or a loved one under medical care? Do you need affordable medical supplies? Ports International is the largest home healthcare supplier. Medical supplies at the very best price, and you can even shop online. From hospital beds to wound care, wheelchairs to walkers, Ports is a one-stop shop for your medical supplies, and we accept insurance. We have online shopping and 2 locations to serve you, at the Airport Industrial Park and Shirley Street. We also ship to the Family Islands. Shop online and visit us on Facebook. Call Ports at 377-1771.
You've seen electric cars on the road, but isn't it time you drive one? Easy Car Sales invites you to experience the smooth, powerful ride and immerse yourself in the luxury and latest tech features. Find out.
Welcome back to Our News. All roads lead to Fresh Creek Andros for the 25th annual All Andros Crab Fest this week. The event kicking off this coming Thursday at the Queen's Park. Committee Chairman Wayne Clear says this year's event promises to be bigger and better.
This year we have special things there. We got lasagna, we got crab pizza, crab and dough, crab and rice, crab and grits, crab soup, crab dumpling, crab fritters, crab salad. So anything named crab, this is the island where everything is there crab. We have designated this year with special scholarships for all the students in Central Andros, those who did well in school, and then we're going to do a back-to-school program in August where we provide books, pencils, uniforms for the kids.
Clear also shot down talk that the event will feature international artists, saying it will be an all-Bahamian lineup.
We have taken the bold initiative where we are gathering the most entertainers ever at Craft Fest. This is the best of the best, where we have persons coming in from Inagua to Grand Bahama. We have over 20 Bahamian artists this year. There'll be no foreign entertainers performing at Craft Fest at the grounds nor on the beach.
Looks like fun. Well, Greg is back in the Weather Center with your extended forecast. Greg, have you ever been to Crab Fest?
No, but I think I may have to make some plans. I like that crab soup and that crab and grits.
The lasagna sounded interesting to me. What kind of weather can they be expecting there, though? That's the question.
Very nice weather. This system that we're watching to the east of the Bahamas will get a little closer to us, so we could see some showers. So maybe you guys may need an umbrella on the weekend for this Crab Fest, but you know that don't stop Bahamians. They still go out and party. Looking at our satellite picture right now, we have high pressure in charge, and that's continuing to provide us with some dry air mass across the islands. Stiff easterly winds bringing in some low-level Atlantic moisture across us, so we're seeing the scattering of some showers across our area. But we're also watching that disturbance, that tropical disturbance to the east of the Bahamas. As I mentioned, that's going to be paralleling the Bahamas, moving towards the west, northwest, and then more northwest. Should clip the northern Bahamas by the end of the week. And then, of course, in the far western Gulf of Mexico, we have potential tropical cyclone number 1, which is still out there churning. It's not really going to get its act together. It's going to be running into some landmass. So eventually, over the next couple of days, we expect this system to be weakening. The remainder of the tropics quiet, and that's the way we like it. Future forecast. Moisture associated with that system out there to the east of us, that will be wrapping around, getting rather close to us. Some scattering showers moving across us through Wednesday. And then by Thursday, we expect that system to be to the northeast of the Abacos as well as the Grand Bahama area. And once again, could see a couple isolated showers with that once it gets into that neighborhood. Boating forecast for all areas tonight to tomorrow. We have a caution flag posted for the entire chain. Northeast to east winds, 15 to 20 knots, seas running 4 to 7 feet. Those seas will be high along Atlantic exposures. You have a high tide. That was at 6:11 this evening. Your next tide will be a low one, and that's at 12:40 in the morning. Here's a look now at your national forecast. In the extended forecast, we'll keep scattered showers in the forecast through the next couple of days into Friday with that system approaching us. Saturday looks pretty nice. We could have just an isolated thunderstorm, but we get some more moisture by Sunday, Monday into Tuesday, and that's going to keep things a little on the wet side. Temperatures will stay rather comfortable, still near the 90-degree mark. That's your look at weather. Have a great night, everybody, and stay safe.
Well, thanks, Greg, and thank you for joining us for our news tonight. On behalf of the entire team, I'm Marlena Leonard. We'll see you tomorrow night. Have a great evening.